Hi, we are in volume 10, the last book that I have of this whole set. They are they're almost museum quality except for the plastic on it, and nothing has been changed. It might have some of them might got markings and stuff in it, but that was years ago. Okay, we are at part 4, story 2, Conquerors for Christ. Christ did not appear on Patmos just to comfort John, his faithful old follower John. He had a message for his church, and knew that John was the best one to pass it on. Write what you see in a book, he said, and send it to the 7 churches, to Ephesus, and to Samaria, and to Patagomium, Pergarium, Pergarium, and to Thessalonica, or wait, yeah, Thyatira, not Thessalonica, Thyatira, and to Sardis, and to Philadelphia, and to Laodicea. Laodicea. These were the names of the 7 cities for for those days in which the church faith had taken root. Each had its group of believers who were witnessing for Christ. All these groups or churches were dear to the Master. He pictured them as candlesticks or lampstands, shining brightly amid the darkness of paganism. He was their Lord, walking continually among them, watching with deepest concern everything they did and everything that had happened to them. He was worried that some of them, their lights were not as bright as they should be. Some members had lost their first love. Others were allowing worldliness to come into their hearts. So he sent them words of rebuke and warning, at the same time seeking to encourage them to do right, with promises of rich rewards for faithfulness. To those who had overcome all evil and conquered all temptation, he offered 7 wonderful blessings. To the members of the in Ephesus, he said, "To him who conquered, I will grant to eat of the tree of life, which is in paradise of God." He wanted them to remember that however much they might suffer for him in this life, they would be ample repay in the life to come. Paradise, beautiful Eden, would be their home, and the fruit of the tree of life their food through all eternity. Okay, sorry. Okay. To the persecuted Christians in Samar, Smyrna, yeah, Smyrna, Smyrna, he said, "Be faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life." And then it has the pause. "He who conquers shall not be hurt by the second death." Okay. Should they be killed because of their witness for him, he would surely raise them up at the first resurrection, never to die again. Okay. To the church of Pergamos, 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 he said, "To him who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna, and I will give him a white stone, with a new name written on the stone, which no one knows except him who receives it. In the Holy of Holies of the witness of the wilderness tabernacle, there was a pot of manna, symbol of spiritual food God provides." And then it has a painting by William Hutchinson, and it's the 7 golden candlesticks and the 7 cities that were around that, and Jesus in the midst of them. And nope, don't have the scars in his hands. So here's the painting. Get a little bit closer. Okay. And let's see. In the Holy of Holies of the wilderness tabernacle, there was a pot of manna, symbol of the spiritual food God provides for his people. The faithful in Pergamos would have this food they need. As for the white stone, this refers to the beautiful old custom. The giving of such a stone was a pledge of friendship and hospitality. So the Christian conqueror or overcomer may be certain that the eternal friendship and hospitality of Christ. Thyatira was given a promise. He who conquers and who keeps my words until the end, I will give him power over the nations. And then it has the pause. And I will give him the morning star. This assured the faithful that they would share Christ's final victory. If they suffered for him, they would reign with him, and they would possess the morning star, which is Christ himself. Okay? To Sardis, he said, "He who conquers shall be clad thus in white raiment, in white garment, and I will not blot his name out of the book of life. I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels." This is another glorious promise of future victory and eternal reward. Not only would the faithful ones have their names kept forever in the book of life, but Christ would personally tell his Father and the angels about their loyalty, in ensuring for them a royal welcome into the court of glory. Conquerors in Philadelphia church were told, "He who conquers, I will make him a pillar in the temple of my God. Never shall he go out of it, and I will write on him the names of my God, and the names of the city of my God, and the name of the city of my God, New Jerusalem." And it has the pause again. "And my own new name." This was a marvelous promise for everlasting friendship with God. The conquering Christians will have God's name written upon them, and also the name and addresses of his heavenly home. There will never be any doubt as to whom he belongs or where he belongs. He will be like a letter marked heaven, special delivery, and God will see that he gets there. Lastly, the members of Laodicea or Laodicea were told, "He who conquers, I will grant him to sit with me on my throne." This was as if God had said, "The best of everything I have shall be yours." It meant that there was no limits to what he was willing to do for those who were true and faithful to him. What more could he offer that then that they would share his throne? These wonderful promises were not, of course, only for the members of these seven churches in Asia Minor or Turkey. They are for Christian conquerors everywhere, in every age. They are for grown-ups and children today. You too may be conquerors for Christ, for he had offered not only the blessings of victory, but the strength to be victorious. Why not ask him for the strength now? And then it's got have six of the seven. Yeah, there's six of the seven here. Yeah, six of the seven churches. Huh. Because one of them has a bread, manna, and then the star with the cross in it, and the book of life, and then a pillar with an angel on it, a crown of life, and Jesus with his hands stretched out. And these are the symbols that are at the bottom. I'm thinking they're representing the seven churches. It's just the artist rendering of it. So we have Jesus, the crown, manna, a star with a cross in it, the book of life, and a pillar. See if there's any more. Okay, that was the end of part 4, story 2. So as always, it's time for the break, and I'll be back here in just a bit.